Hey guys, it's Hunter. Welcome back to another video. So if you watch my channel regularly, you know I love my Evertune bridges. Perfect intonation, no pitch drift. I've tuned my Evertune Hello Kitty exactly one time in the last year, and that's only because it needed new strings. It's absolutely insane how stable and reliable Evertune makes your guitar. I've been working with them a while, and over there in the kitchen is a box that they've just sent me. Inside is apparently a secret collaboration they've been working on with one of my favorite guitar companies. It's an exclusive limited run, and they wanted to give you guys a sneak peek, so let's take a closer look. Holy crap, that color is nuts. I love how it comes with a matching groove gear fret wrap too. Sorry, Jimmy Clip, not this time. Dog, what do you think of this? You like it? Alright, so technically this was sent to the TikTok gent god Andrew Baina first, but apart from him and everyone who watched that video, you guys are the first to see it. This is a 7-string M1007 Baritone. There are a few features exclusive to this guitar, not least of which is the absolutely insane quilted cranberry burst top that is usually reserved only for ESP USA guitars, but we'll talk about that in a second. First, it's time for some riffage. Okay, so, holy shit. You might be thinking Evertune, Fishman Fluence, LTD, we've seen this combo before. And yeah, we have, but there's a whole bunch of other stuff going on here that you're not gonna find on any other guitar, LTD or otherwise. First and foremost, this scale length. 7 strings in the ESP family brands generally have a 25.5-inch scale length. Their baritones, as far as I know, are 27 inches. This is the first guitar from the ESP family of brands I've ever come across that has a Schecter style 26.5-inch scale length. Not gonna lie to you, the chugs feel very satisfying, and while the 26.5 inches is noticeably longer than the 24 3/4 inches on my Les Pauls, for example, the frets aren't too far apart. Like, you don't need to book a short Spirit Airlines flight to get from the 1st to the 3rd frets. And I totally get why their baritones usually get that extra long 27 inches to help with the ultra low tunings. The extra half-inch does make a lot of difference, just ask my mom. I can't believe I've used that line again. But the way the Evertune works, in theory, you could technically have any tuning on any scale length and you wouldn't run into any pitch drift or intonation or tuning issues. Ever noticed how Matt Hafey could use a 24 3/4 inch 7-string without the rest of the band or the sound engineer absolutely murdering him for being out of tune? It's because he used an Evertune bridge. Like, the benefits of Evertune are most apparent on extended range and baritone guitars, where especially with those super low notes, tuning stability, intonation, and pitch drift, that's when you pick super hard and the note fucks off to go sharp before coming back. Those are all fairly common issues, and none of those problems are present with this baritone 7-string. As testament to how well the tuning stability is, this has come from Evertune HQ. It's gone through the full FedEx VIP treatment. I've unboxed it, I've played around with it for about a week and a half, tracked the whole demo, recorded all the sound clips. I've never tuned it, I've not adjusted it even once. It's unreal. Now, if you've never seen my videos on Evertunes before, each saddle individually has essentially a tension tolerance. And Evertune divides this into 3 zones. Zone 1 is when the string is slack and the bridge isn't doing anything, but as you increase tension using the tuning peg, you eventually hit Zone 2. This is where the Evertune is activated and the note stays constant no matter what. And you can adjust the pitch of that sweet spot at the bridge itself. If you continue to increase the tension, you'll eventually get out of Zone 2 into Zone 3, where the bridge deactivates and the pitch will start going up again. So I like to set all my saddles up right at the very edge of Zone 2. That way, like, bends and vibrato still work as normal. Quick anecdote, I have a friend who thought that he hated Evertunes because he said he couldn't bend notes. And actually, nah, the Evertune was proving its point by working perfectly. He just had it set up right in the middle of Zone 2, and I guess his weak-ass bends weren't getting him out. But now, that's one of the biggest myths about Evertune, is that you can't bend. That is entirely incorrect. You definitely can bend. Another advantage of each saddle working independently, it's not like a floating trem where if one string breaks, the entire rest of the guitar just gives up. If one string breaks, life goes on, everything's fine, it's calm. What's especially cool about the Evertune unit on this limited run is that they've mismatched the colors, so it's a black Evertune bridge with brushed nickel saddles. I love the feel of brushed metal saddles. It's super comfortable for palm mutes, and it also looks super cool. Plus, that black and silver color combo kind of matches what's going on with the ebony fingerboard and stainless steel frets, which of course is a big upgrade LTD has added to their lineup this year. All 1000 series guitars and a lot of equivalent level artist models now come stock with stainless steel frets. LTD's fretwork is always amazing. Those extra jumbo frets are so smooth. The fingerboard is well polished. I mean, it's like almost playing on glass. And I say that basically every time I have an LTD on the channel. I have no idea what they're doing over there, but keep it up. Absolutely in love with their thin U neck shape as well. It's one of my personal favorites, and that slight roundness, even on their extended range guitars, is why I prefer their 7 strings over Ibanez and Schecter. On this particular unit, the pickup routing isn't the cleanest I've ever seen them do, but it only really stands out because LTD's build quality is such that I'm more surprised when things aren't perfect. Stainless steel on so many new import production models is absolutely massive from one of the biggest progressive guitar brands, since unlike replacing the nut or replacing the pickups, it's not an easy user upgrade at all. And I think that's gonna be a catalyst for other companies to adopt a similar move in the near future. And I'm sure you've been eyeing it from the B-roll and stuff, but we absolutely have to talk about this color. ESP USA is known for doing these incredible bright finishes, and regardless as to whether or not you love bright finishes on metal guitars like I do, you have to admit it's incredibly eye-catching. This is the first and maybe the last time LTD will ever offer cranberry burst on any of their guitars, and what's even more special, it's a real maple cap, not just a veneer on top of the mahogany body. Real mother of pearl inlays instead of plastic pearloid. That's generally not an LTD thing either. Genuinely, this might be one of the best looking guitars LTD has ever made, and they make some really good looking ones. 5-piece maple walnut set through neck, ultra stable, so combined with the Evertune, I mean, yeah, tuning is not going to be an issue with this thing. Lumen lays, super helpful in the dark. They look really cool too. One of my favorite features, the Dunlop flush mount strap locks. I love my Dunlop strap locks. I've been using them for years, but even I have to admit, it's a bit obnoxious how much they stick out with the full mechanism. So with this guitar, they've literally just installed the buttons into the body. I love it. Then compared to normal M series guitars, the control panel has been moved, so it's out of the way of your pick and hand. In that aspect, it's worked. The volume pot doesn't get in the way of palm mutes. That being said, in the neck position, the pickup selector is a little cramped next to the control pot, but if you're a bridge pickup merchant like me anyways, doesn't really matter. And the last big thing Evertune has changed up with this exclusive run is the pickups. Now, on basically every other Fishman-equipped production guitar, you've got a ceramic in the bridge for chonky, well-defined rhythms that cut through, and an Alnico in the neck for fatter, warmer solo tones. But Evertune came in with the mindset, well, Fishman is already so well-defined, what if we fatten and sweeten up the bridge tone by putting an Alnico humbucker in there as well? And just for good measure, they've changed the capacitor to a Cornell Dubelier Type 150, which again is supposed to sweeten up and chonk up the tone. So yeah, I don't know if it's more the Alnico Fishman in the bridge or more the Cornell capacitor, but everything combined, it's sweet, it's chonky, and it's fat. Plus, of course, Fishman Fluence, you get the multiple voices. They're so clear, and it's like having multiple sets of pickups in one guitar, so you've got that huge versatility factor. But yeah, I mean, Evertune in a 7-string baritone, it's perfect. Regardless of all the other special features, just not having to worry about any tuning or pitch drift issues, guitars like this have really ruined other 7-strings for me. Evertune has definitely spoiled me. I'm like a 7-string princess now. And then on top of that, you add all the other exclusive features. I mean, this is a special, special guitar. It's got so many premium details you wouldn't otherwise find in an LTD. It's almost like a more reasonably priced ESP USA. It looks sick, it plays sick, it is sick. There's only 150 of them made worldwide, so if you want one, better get one. So those are just my thoughts on this exclusive LTD Evertune baritone. Love to know what you're thinking in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, that way you don't miss any new videos from me. Plus, all that stuff really helps out with the algorithm gods who have not been too kind to this channel lately. Massive thanks to Luke for killing the demo mix as usual. And shout out to Jules, Gondar, and the rest of the amazing patrons that make it all possible. Social media, merch, and Discord server links are in the description. As always, thank you so much for watching. You've been awesome, and I'll see you for the next video.